Boulder Dash here, and this is Up on Up. Boulder Dash here, and I'd like to have a moment of silence for the Republican Party. Tell the truth now. Does the Republican Party look anything like the party of Lincoln, Goldwater, or Reagan for that matter? Just look at the recent surge in attendance at Palin rallies. Just a couple of weeks ago, getting Republicans to a rally was like herding cats. Now they're coming out of the woodwork like cockroaches in the night. At the same time, the conservative riders and Republican cheerleaders are storing away their pom-poms. Now why is that? George Will, David Gergen, and my favorite David Brooks of the New York Times have begun to echo the end is here, while at the same time Palin rallies are growing. What these most intelligent pundits detest, and I agree, the McCain-Palin campaign has lowered itself to character assassination, fear-mongering, and race-baiting. That's right, race. Like you didn't know what this was all about all along. Recent crowds at Palin rallies have taken to chant traitor whenever Palin mentions Obama. Some have even shouted kill him without any reaction from Palin whatsoever. But she can hear the one anti-Palin heckler and then read him as if he hadn't been spanked enough as a child. At one Palin rally, participants brought with them cuddly stuffed Obama dolls, saying they brought them to the rally so they could hang them in effigy. Holy mackerel. And Palin continues to grin like a dog shitting a peach seed. David Gergen says it's irresponsible and Palin should be reined in. I say it's criminal. And where's the FBI and Homeland Security? A threat is being made on an elected official and presidential candidate. The crowds, or should I say lynch mobs, are growing and nothing is being done about it. May I remind you, we have been down this road before in 6 to 8. Now George Will believes the party has turned itself over to the religious right. And David Brooks now believes the party has dumbed down lower than a duck's butt. I believe the McCain-Palin ticket is playing their last card. I have believed all along that you are either the type of voter that wants to see a black president in your lifetime, or the type of voter that says, not in my lifetime. Now I know voting this time around will be difficult for our privileged white brothers, but maybe this research study will help a bit. According to this study entitled Prejudice and Racism, year 2008, still going strong, the authors Utsi, Ponterodo, and Porter define white supremacy as a system of power and domination, determined consciously or subconsciously and embedded in the logic, thought, speech, action, perceptions, affective response of people who classify themselves as white. Now, according to this study, racism has evolved to include 6 different types of racist behavior. The first one is diminutive racism, old-fashioned racism. And now this racism refers to the overt expression of racial animosity and a belief in white racial supremacy. Diminutive racism is reflected in individuals who openly express the belief that black individuals and other persons of color are inferior to white people. The second is symbolic racism, and it emerged during the civil rights movement. It's rooted in racial prejudices that are linked to cultural values. White individuals who exhibit symbolic racism include the expressed belief that racism no longer exists in U.S. society, and the assertion that black individuals and other persons of color are too demanding of their rights. Third is laissez-faire racism, and legitimizes ongoing racial expression. Laissez-faire racism, or racists, are very resistant to any effort to seek race-based equality, such as affirmative action. Fourth is ambivalent racism, and it's characterized by the mutual coexistence of both positive and negative racial attitudes towards people of color. Fifth is aversive racism. It's characterized by white individuals who publicly advocate egalitarian principles, but who hold views of racial superiority. This psychological duality creates a state of cognitive dissonance in white individuals, resulting in public advocacy for racial equality while privately harboring discomfort and fear of people of color in general and black persons in particular. This type of racism contributes to the avoidance of meaningful contact with non-white persons. Finally, there's colorblind racism. It involves the denial or the minimizing of the ways in which various forms of racism continue to exist in the United States, and the adverse impact they have on all people, including white individuals and people of color. Now, it was once said that not all Republicans are racists, but that all racists are Republicans. It is my opinion that all these types of racist behaviors run through both the Republican and Democratic parties, and every other party as well. We are all, one way or another, tied to the Founding Fathers. And you know, the apple don't fall far from the tree. But as a wise man once said, we may have come here on separate ships, but we are all in the same boat now. What's your opinion? I'd really like to know.